In this video, we are going to learn how to skim a text. I am Uriel Tutoring and I help students like you get their band 7 or above in the IELTS exam. So first things first, never forget to read the title. In the title, it's very important to understand every single word because this will give you a general idea of what the text is going to be about, and this will help you tons when it comes to the actual reading. So what happens if I encounter words that I knew in the title? There are two different ways you can go about unknown words. First off, see if there are some other words within that word. For example, the word unbelievable. If I don't know this word, but maybe I do know the word believe, that's inside. And then I can add able, which is a suffix that means possible to do. So it's possible to believe. And then I have unbelievable, and this is impossible to believe or not possible to believe. So this is a way to go about a new word. Look for the bits of the word. How about the word finite? We know that infinite means there's no limit, there's no end, and the prefix in means the opposite of or not. If we take that away, we have finite, which means there is a limit, there is an end. By now you should know the topic of the reading passage, and now it's time to ask one more question, and that's the style. And we have three options, and that's whether an argumentative reading passage, which means that it has one strong opinion and justifications for this opinion. The second option is a descriptive. So a descriptive style, this has pros and cons on one topic, but not a strong opinion and not a strong preference, and a narrative reading passage. And this means that they will show a chronological progress of this topic, or different thinkers, different philosophers, different investigators that investigated on this topic throughout time, and this will be kind of a story of the topic. A lot of this information will be presented in the introduction, so I always recommend my students to read the full introduction, but 2 words in 5. This means you skip some words because you don't need to understand the whole meaning, the thorough meaning of the introduction. You just need to have a general idea of whether there's going to be a strong opinion or not. Are they going to present 2 sides, or are they going to describe one topic throughout time? Once you are done with the introduction, it's time to go for the main paragraphs. And what you do while skimming is reading only the first sentence in each paragraph, and this means that's the topic sentence. So you only read that, and the conclusion we don't read. That's the last paragraph, and we don't pay attention to that while skimming. The reason why we don't pay attention to the conclusion at this point is because usually the conclusion whether restates the thesis statement, or if it's a chronological order, so a narrative passage, they will tell you what the current situation is now after all this struggle, after all these different opinions. So it doesn't make any sense to read this now because you haven't yet read the whole passage, so the conclusion would make no sense for you at this point, so just forget about it for now. In retrospect, read the title and understand every word, skim the introduction, read 2 words every 5, and then thirdly, go for the topic sentences of each paragraph. The introduction, the conclusion, forget about it. This might sound like a lot to do, but it shouldn't take you more than 30 seconds. And by this point, you should know what the reading passage is going to be about, and whether it's going to be an argumentative reading passage, a descriptive one, or a narrative one. And a way to practice this is doing this, taking your time, not taking longer than 30 to 40 seconds, and then trying to explain to somebody or to yourself what you have read. Mind you, you don't have to explain opinions, you don't have to provide details, you just have to provide a general understanding of the topic and what's going to be discussed in the reading passage. So that was it on skimming. I hope it was useful. If it was, give it a thumbs up, and I'll hope to see you in the next video. Bye.